This is More Than Money with Mapalo Makhu, brought to you by Sasfin Wealth.
Welcome to More Than Money. I'm Mapalo Makhu, a personal finance columnist, and I love having money conversations that change people's perspective about finances. Why am I doing this podcast, you might ask? To talk about money. Not the paper stuff. I mean the baggage, the feeling, the emotional, heart-wrenching stuff. We find this conversation so uncomfortable to have, which is why on this podcast, I have decided to have this very difficult conversations. We are going to have some difficult discussions because better money conversations lead to better money confidence, and healthy money dialogue leads to healthy money decisions. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have the absolute privilege of speaking with a remarkable athlete and trailblazer, Semenya. And now she's just added author to her title, and the book is called The Race to Be Myself. Sesimogadi Tobela, and welcome.
Tobel, ke a leboha le mpitse ke teke mo.
No.
Ke a leboha.
No, we are very excited to have you here. So, as you know, this podcast is a conversation about your money story. So, I just wanted to find out, even before we get to the Casta that we know today, give us just a little bit of background into Casta growing up as a 10-year-old, as a 15-year-old.
From an early age, from 5 years, I always knew that, I think I'm destined to be great, especially more into sports.
Yeah.
Played football, from age 4, if I may say. And I was good. I was good in that football. We played, pole to pole. I was always going for money,
Yeah.
And since from then, I think sports has been my life. Sports has been my passion. And my background, my childhood has been phenomenal. I love everything about my childhood because most of the time I grew up, with my male cousins, and they've taught me, how to be tough. They've toughened up me, and they got me ready so I can just, face the world, with pride, with loving myself and stuff like that. If I may say, my childhood has been beautiful, and my village is a small, dusty, village where, now modernized. But before we didn't have electricity, we didn't have running water. We used to go, into the bush, fetch, firewood so we can, prepare meals. And water, we had to go with a wheelbarrow, drive a wheelbarrow for like 5 to 10 kilometers to fetch water. So those are the conditions that, I grew up, around with, and it made me who I am today. And I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah. Something that has struck me as you were talking.
Yeah.
Was that there's something about your childhood that gave you a lot of confidence.
Of course.
And confidence that you were going to need in the future, and you didn't even know it,
yes,
right?
Yes. I think it comes with the love and support that you get, from your loved ones. I think in the village, I was one of those kids that were very special, were dearly to my people. They loved how I lived my life. They loved how I carried myself. I always had that confidence, but it's because it comes from them. Mm. They made sure that they accept me for who I am. They appreciate me for who I am. They love me, and they just embraced me. They celebrated me from young, because I was that kid that always, that individual comes, within the boys. I'm a girl that plays a good football with boys. I make them run for their lives. So I think the support that they've given to me, the love, how they appreciated me and accepted me for who I am, I think that's where you can say this confidence come from that.
Yes. Yeah. And I think it's such an important thing. And for our audience who are listening, if you have children, I think the biggest thing that you can do for them is to give them confidence and support and love them unconditionally. And we see it right here.
Yeah, and of course, the most important thing is like that respect. It comes with allowing them to be happy, allowing them being themselves, but also teaching them to understand themselves in a way that the relationship that they have with themselves, it's beyond, mountains, because the most important thing that I've learned that I'm giving to my kids is for them to have that self-confidence,
Yes.
believe in themselves, but know their roots, know where they're coming from, know where they're going, but also what they want to achieve and their purpose of life. I think that's the most important thing that you can give to your young ones.
No, absolutely. And that's a true legacy.
Yeah,
that's
of
true
course,
legacy.
of course.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about money now.
Money.
Yes. What is your relationship with money, by the way? What would you say it is currently?
My relationship with money, I think, is about the importance of knowing your worth before anything and knowing how to invest in yourself, because before you can have a relationship with money, you need to know how to invest in yourself. You must know how to control yourself. You must know how to manage yourself.
Yeah.
I think those are the most important components of life versus money, because of if you can't manage yourself, you can't manage money.
Yeah.
If you
So
can't
it starts
know,
with self.
it starts with self-management.
Yeah.
It starts with self-love, because of if you love money, then you don't love yourself, then money becomes useless.
Yeah, and
Because
it's going to ruin you,
yeah, it's
isn't
going
it?
to ruin you, because you're going to just mess up your money, and then comes tomorrow, you're going back home, you're going to live at your mom's backyards. You understand? So I think when it comes to money, people need to know the importance of money. They must know how to invest, where to invest the money, how and why they invest in the money.
Yes.
Yes.
And what about the people you keep around? People that you can learn from about money. How has that played a role for you as an athlete?
For me, I think as an athlete, it has always been a learning curve to see from people who have blew it,
Yeah.
people who have messed up the money, and also people who misuse the money, and people who are stingy. You understand? You learn from those things, knowing the difference, of how do you utilize money? How do you budget as an individual? How do you make money a vital, tool in your life? Money can make you happy, money can mess you up, money can ruin you.
Yeah.
But then I go with Tyson, Suez, where he said, if you think having a lot of money will make you happy, you have never had a lot of money before.
Yeah.
And he's correct, because money can make you do crazy things. You understand? If you think money can take you places, yes, it does take you places, but it takes you to hell if you don't really understand, the importance of it. But for
Yes.
me, fortunately, I grew up in a family where my mom ran a spaza shop, to raise us. My dad worked as a garden boy, in the Tshwane municipality. And I learned how to save money from there. I knew that if I have, 5 friends, I'm not going to spend it all.
Yes.
I started learning percentages. If let's say now I make 900,000 rands, of course it's going to be my bank account. You understand?
Oh, wow. Okay.
You see,
Yes.
so we talk percentages, because I can't spend more than 90 from my earnings. You understand?
Yeah.
I have to learn from I learned from young to say, you know what, for me to get to the world championships, I need to save, because of the pocket money that I'm gonna get. It's not gonna make me, sustain that. I think money is all about knowing how to sustain, how to maintain, but also knowing how to grow it.
Absolutely.
You understand?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So you mentioned something about your mom
Yes,
and your dad, that
of
your
course.
mom ran a spice shop.
Yeah.
Did you help out in the spice
Yes,
shop? And
yes.
that's,
I used
that's
to go
where you
around,
kind of started knowing that, okay, this is how much and this is the
Yes,
stock
yes.
that's needed. What was that experience like for you?
It always has been great, because now I had to learn about bookkeeping.
Yeah.
I had to learn about stock taking. I had to learn about how to make a profit,
Yeah.
out of the stock. So, and then also about serving the customers, because you need to understand the importance of your customers. Yes, they always say customers are always right.
Yeah.
They are correct, because even when they are wrong, treat them with respect. So I think it comes also within you, understanding yourself, respecting yourself before you can respect any other. So for me, I learned those components, because taking that in consideration with my life, I'll say it has played a big role, because I had to go around the village, selling, chicken heads, chicken feet, selling, mayo, stuff like that, sweets, fruits, and all those things, to make sure that I get a meal each and every day.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
After school, I'll do that before I go to the ground. So those are the things that you say you appreciate your parents because they prepare you to become great through little things. You understand? So that spaza shop made me someone who will always be valuable into the family because at the moment now when I'm sitting, I'll be talking to them. Do you remember the time when I used to go around selling fish, selling avocados and all those things? But that does not define you. That does not give you your final destination. It's just the beginning. It's just a foundation of life where you say, if I want to build a travel story, I will build it. If I want to build, more than that, if I want to build the tallest a building, you can. But it goes with the choices that we make, which is my mom made a choice to sacrifice her teaching, degree to take care of us. You understand? And in benefits, you see, what can I say?
It's worked out. All right. So let's talk about your first big paycheck.
Yeah.
Right? Do you remember what you did with it? Are there some regrets or you were happy with how you managed your first big paycheck?
This is a very interesting one. My first big paycheck, I never touched it.
Oh, wow.
Why? Because when you're in sports, you get scholarships. You are selected to be in programs.
Yes.
So for me, if I get an opportunity to showcase my talent, to utilize my body, to make sure that I become the great I am, I have to save a lot. So if I'm given opportunity that I'm going to pay your accommodation, I'm going to pay your meals, I'm going to pay your studies, I'm going to pay your travelings, why use my money?
That is a completely different way of thinking though.
Yeah, because for me, luckily, like I said, I've been responsible from a young age. So I had to learn how to be responsible from, 12 years of age to say, you know what, if I want to be somewhere, I have to hold myself for me. It shouldn't be about what my friends are doing. They're going out, they're doing that. I think that's where greatness separates itself from just average. You understand? So for me, just pulling myself away from nice time, it got me an opportunity to be a better person I am, good in saving my own money, let alone investments and all those things, just to keep my money on me. Nice time, I know. Man, they always say nice time.
And I fail.
And I fail. And we have good times, but we will pass. And in that nice time, our kids will still find it.
Yes.
Our great kids, great will still find it. The next generation to come will still find it. But for us, we need to make sure that the choices that we make, they're beneficial. The choices that we make will leave a legacy. The choices that we make set a good example. You understand? The choices that we make will just leave that mark to say, you know what, I can imagine how Castor was when she was 6. How Castor was, she was 9, 10, 11. And now comparing that to now, you start understanding that I've been that consistent person in terms of self-love, self-management, self-actualization, self-discovery, self-determination, hard work, maintenance. But most important thing is that when you are disciplined, you'll always be consistent in everything that you do. Motivation just come with those bonuses because of the graph of motivation goes high and lows.
And sometimes most of us wait for the motivation to kick in.
Of course, for motivation, when it kicks in, if you maintain you're well disciplined, then motivation is just a bonus because you're motivated because of something. But then if you're maintaining that discipline each and every year, we talk about longevity. Yes, motivation can be there. Sometimes it can be for 2 years if you're not disciplined. But when you're disciplined, you are maintaining that posture. So if you compare my lifespan in athletics, it's about 10 years in the making. It's crazy. But how did I do that? It's because I was consistent in everything I do.
And you were disciplined.
I was disciplined, but I believe in the work that I do. I believed in the process. But then also patience played a role. You understand? When I was criticized, when I was judged, I didn't rush. I would say, okay, let me just be patient and relax. And then now that patience played a role longevity. This book, I started writing it the beginning of my career, which is 2009.
Yes.
But then the beginning of it is when I was born, my childhood. You get what I'm saying? I've been an author since day one, since I was born.
Yes.
So, but I now have opportunity to showcase it. You understand? It's all about patience, not rushing. So people should take consideration of being just patient and watch.
Yes. And I love the fact that you're talking about patience, and we can always try it back to money and how your biggest paycheck you said you didn't spend.
Of course.
Because if you are not a patient person, when that big paycheck comes, you cannot wait to blow it.
Yes, of course.
And
I could have bought a G-Wagon.
Everybody wants a G-Wagon.
Everybody wants a G-Wagon.
And a Range Rover.
Yeah, those things don't...
But don't you want those things?
You see,
didn't you want those things as well?
Now we're going to educate people.
Yeah.
The difference between want and the need. Do I need it? No, I don't need it. The new generation needs to understand the difference between needs and the wants.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone can want.
We all want.
You understand? We all want, but do you really need what you want?
Yeah.
So that would be a question that I always ask, these kids. I learned about that when I was like in grade 8 or 9. You understand? And I constantly asked my teacher that time to say, look, I see, can you tell me the difference between wants and the needs?
Yeah.
She told me, like, if I were you, I'll eliminate the wants. I'll focus more on the needs because you need water to live. You need, your shelter.
Yes.
You need this and that. Things that you want normally you don't get because they are not really important. Yeah. Now, let's say, for instance, I'm going to talk about the luxuries, the essentials.
Yes.
You see, when you start understanding life as a whole, you start understanding all these basic needs and then the essentials, which is, for me, I focus on the needs and the essentials.
Yeah.
But the ones and the luxury, it's something that I'll say when I'm a pensioner. That's when I can talk about the ones because I know my lifespan. I've reached my limits. I've reached everything. I've lived my life.
Yes.
Now I'm living a bonus life. That's when I can say, okay, I've invested enough for my kids. I've taught them about life. There's something for them. But what's mine now, I'm going to spend it because I want to.
Yes.
But now, I'm not in a state to say, I want this, I want that. The only thing that I needed in life, I wanted to have kids. I wanted to have marriage.
Yeah.
I wanted to be successful. But for me to get there, I had to go through my need. The need for me to invest in myself, the need for me to love myself, the need for me to appreciate myself, accept myself, and love myself for who I am.
Yeah. And excellence, because for me it sounds also like it's a need for you. The way you say, you talk about discipline, the way you talk about commitment,
that's a root to that.
It feels like it's a need for you.
Of course, it's a need for you to excel. Because if there's no need for you to excel, why are you living in this world? But the most important thing is to be the vision you are. The painting that you paint there when you're still young to say, you know what? This is where I want to be. This is where I want to see myself in future. And you must always dream. But we always say, dream it and do it.
And do it, yes.
Don't just dream and talk. Talk is cheap.
Yeah.
Anybody can talk. The tongue is one dangerous component in life where it does not have bones. It just roll around your mouth, in your mouth, you understand? And that's where the danger becomes.
Yeah.
And they always say, at your highest, that's when you need to be careful because the devil enters. When you are down, when you are low,
he has nothing to disturb, right?
He has nothing to disturb. But then when you excel, that's when the devil comes. That's what happened to me when I was like 18, when I started excelling, and then the calm start telling me that I don't belong, that I'm not woman enough.
Yeah.
But because I believed in myself, I knew who I was. What I did, I said, no, stuff it. I don't care. I know myself. I know who am I.
And this is the route that I'm taking.
This is the route I'm going to take. Like it or not, you may put all the stumbling blocks in front of me. I am not going to stop. That's why, we came up with this book. We titled it A Race to Be Myself. Because of all through those years, I've been yearning to understand myself, to learn how to live my life. And I will say, okay, I'm the vision of my life.
Yeah.
I'm the vision of me. You understand?
Wow.
And I am me who can make me happy.
And that
I
is
am
incredible.
me. You understand? I am me who can go out there and say, hey, listen, I am Kastag and I'm Hadi.
Yeah.
You understand? No one can do that better than me. But if you as an individual, you are going to allow people in a space where you're not supposed to, allow them, then that's where you lose it, because you're going to take a wrong turn.
And as I always say, you mentioned something so great that within you as an individual,
Of course.
there must be a sacred space,
Of course.
where you don't let other people's opinion and critics come in.
Yeah.
And it feels like you've done that so perfectly, and we watched you do it, and we are so proud of you.
You are listening to More Than Money, a podcast collaboration brought to you by Sasfin Wealth. At Sasfin Wealth, we empower our clients to reach their global investment goals, to retire with dignity, and to leave a lasting legacy. If you would like to have real money conversations, visit sasfin.com/wealth and talk to us. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
When you started making money, obviously the people that you surround yourself with is very important. Everybody else is starting to go out. Everybody else is starting to buy the things that we want.
Of course.
How important is it, the company that you keep?
If I came to Pretoria without a company, then there will not be a company. So that's the first thing. That's the first rule.
I see.
First time when I came to Pretoria, I did not have any company. So I kept it cool like that.
Yeah.
The very same people that I know, they're my friends, they're still my friends today. We're not friends because of success. We're not friends because of anything. We're friends because we came across. There was a reason for me to have those friends, which is they're still my friends today.
Yeah.
And we're not those friends that we force relation. Now, we those friends that when I miss them, I call them. When they miss me, they call me. They don't call me because they want booze. They don't call me because they want money. They don't call me because of just to check on me. Say, hey, my friend, are you good? I met some of them, a few weeks ago. Be like, man, you still alive? You say, yeah, I've been looking for you. You understand? So for me, in the world of sports or in everything or in success, you meet a lot of people. I'll not say you make friends. You know people.
Yeah.
You just have to know who to keep in your cycle. People who want to build you, that are people that you keep. People who want to mentor you are people who you want to keep. But people who just want to come because of they want fame, they come because of they want to association.
Yes.
I will always disappoint you because you're never going to get what you want.
Yeah.
You understand? I want people who come to me with a vision. I want people who come to me who discuss business. I want people who come to me discuss dreams, what they want, they want to achieve, what they want to see themselves, in the near future. Not someone who comes to me and telling me about fun. I'm not about fun. I'm about business. I'm about innovation. I'm about implementing something, about the change, about building someone. But if you come to me with useless, ideas, I'm just going to be honest with you and say, my friend, don't waste my time.
Yes.
You understand? Because at the end of the day, I never had time to waste for anyone. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what we do. That's what we do as a human. So me, I don't have a lot of cycle.
Yeah. You keep it tight.
I keep it tight. I've kept it tight. I love my space. I love my own space. And I make sure that my time, I always dedicate it for my work. If it's not for work, it's my family.
Yes.
If it's not my family, the extended family. Because the family, remember, it's me, my kids, and my partner. And then come extended family. Now, because of I have my own, it comes with mom, dad, my siblings.
Yes.
But I always make sure that cycle is the most important because they give me love, they give me support. When I'm down, they're there.
Yes.
When I'm happy, they're there. So when things don't work, are the only ones that pushes me. So you should be careful with people that you keep around you.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. Now let's talk about your family.
Yeah.
I know, it's one area where you always talk about.
Yes.
What were the conversations between you and your partner before you guys got married around money specifically?
Funny enough, I'm the one who likes money the most. I'm the one who likes investing.
Yes.
I've always been the one to advise her in terms of how to keep your cool, keep your calm in your money, you understand? I'm the only one who's always stingy when it comes to spending and
Yes.
all those things. She's outgoing, she's adventurous, but me, when it comes to money, I always say, oh, hula up. Let's focus on that first. She has got taste, she's got all those things. But when it comes to money, I'll be honest, I've been the drive to say, look, it's very important to save your money first. You must be selfish about yourself. You need to make yourself happy before you can make others.
Yes.
It does not help when you're working and before even the month ends, you have nothing. You understand? You have to start being responsible. We need to start being responsible on how we save money. We have to make sure that the responsibilities that align to us, which is our kids, which is us, it comes first. Because I don't want us to, towards the end of the month, you're telling me, but that debit order, it's bouncing back. No, that's not the goal. So, but with us, I think we've been that union where it started off in a good space because we had to make sure that there are no mess ups. You understand? No one owes anything. If she had accounts, I had to make sure that we settle.
Yes.
You understand? Because I don't want to be there sleeping, 5 o'clock in the morning. I hear the phone.
And you're
baby,
stressed.
Baby. That debit order. No.
Yes.
I'm that kind of a person who I don't want problems. I want peace.
Yeah.
So, but when it comes to finance, we've been good. We are
And you're aligned, you're on the same page.
We are in the same page.
Yes.
I can't go do anything without her consent because at the end of the day, it's a union.
Yeah.
Yes, I know her money is her money. My money is my money. I work for my money. She works for her money. But when we walk in the house, it's our money.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what are you teaching your kids about money? And you know the thing about kids,
Yeah.
they are forever learning.
Yes.
Unconsciously, right? You don't even have to sit them down and say, hey,
Yes.
kids, today we're learning about money. But just by how you guys are interacting with money, what do you think they're observing right now?
I think they're observing being accurate in everything that you do, being consistent, but also understanding your needs, the importance of your wealth. Because now my little one, the 4-year-old girl, she'll be telling me, I saw your money box. And I say, my baby, that's what you do with your money. When you have your cents, when you have your silvers, you put them in your money box. But when you have big bucks, you put them in this small plastic, triangle cart. You understand? So I think they understand the importance of self, love and then investment. Because I always teach them how to invest in themselves. They know who they are because it's not about money. It's about how constructive you are, how you trust the process, how you understand the principle of life. Because for me, that's what I teach every day. So they know to respect, they fear God, but they must also know their ancestors. Because if you don't know the balance between the two, you will be lost.
Yeah.
So I'm an African. I'm coming from that strict African religion where we say, yes, I'm a Christian, but I know my ancestors. You understand? So that's what I'm teaching them. They know that there's God and their ancestors.
Yeah.
So they know that. Yeah, they have to
Self-knowledge is very
know
important.
their roots. They have to know where they're coming from. Because if you're going to study the Bible, it resonates with our ancestors. It's the same thing. You understand? So that's what I teach them. But also is one thing that we say, self-knowledge is very important.
Yeah.
If you understand your own principle as a person, to say, you know what, I'm going to be respectful. I know my rights. I know what's right. I know what's wrong.
Yeah.
So my kids are young, but they know when they're wrong. You understand? Those are the things that I teach them. I teach them about discipline, hard work, dedication. And education is very, very important. Education does not mean going to university or going to school. you as a parent, you need to be an educator.
Yeah.
You need to educate your kids on how to treat themselves with love, how to appreciate themselves,
And
how to respect themselves, accept themselves,
Yes.
and love themselves internally.
Yeah.
If they can find that love within, you have done well as a parent.
And they can face anything, right?
They can face anything in the world because you have to teach them, look, girls, I'm a different mommy, you know. So they know. They know when they come home, they know, oh, mommy Violet, mommy Babu, you know, those things that they do. You understand?
Yeah.
You teach your kids how you want to run your household now. So when they go out, no one can tell them about you.
And
You
who
understand?
they are.
Who they are, you understand?
Yeah.
Where they're coming from.
Yes.
They should know their roots. It's all about self-discovery.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I want to talk about how has the way you've managed your money changed from when you started as a teenager going to Pretoria and now as a married woman, as a person with children. How has it changed over the years?
I think money just changed a little bit of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
It changes how you see things. It changes how you value things. But it does not change the person you are. I've always stayed, calm, being humbled. Things that I like, of course, they change because we're living in a modern world where I'm coming from a round level and, living in a big house, a spacious house.
Yes.
Those are the things that I think they change. But also, money changes how you view things. You understand? When I get home, if I see something cracked, I'll be like, this needs to change.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But I think also money changes how you think in terms of development as a human being, because you start developing, start seeing the bigger picture, start seeing yourself as an entrepreneur because of now you wanna build something. You wanna build something for your life, you wanna build something for your future. I think personally, I'll not say it has changed me as a human. It has just changed and better myself, better my lifestyle. Because when I was there, I was not that smooth. My skin was not that. you get what I'm saying? You start changing your looks.
Yes.
It's changing everything. But for you as an individual, you shouldn't allow money to change your attitude towards people that have raised you. You have to still respect them, be still humble. Money is money. Money comes and go. It's just an object that it can grow or it can just disappear. But you as an individual, you need to find a way of be a better person, treat people with respect, help where you can.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
I think for me, I'll say money played that role in my life where I understand the importance of helping those who are in need, making sure that if someone needs my help, I'm going to help them. If they have a reason for me to help them, I'm going to help them. Like now, I have a foundation where I run a development program where I understand the importance of money. Money is just not only for me. That's why they say the hand that gives receives. You understand? That's how you start developing, and then you get that maturity where you say, you know what? I think I can be able to help.
Yes.
If I cannot help, I cannot help. But then besides that, the broad shoulders where someone was going to come tell you, yeah, I have money, I'm rich now. That's not how I'm raised.
Yes.
My mom always told me that, you see, now you're nothing. When you have something, you better remain the same.
Yes.
You understand? And I've always kept those words in my mind to say, you know what? Yeah, I may get 10,000 rands, but it's nothing. It's just money. Those are just zeros.
Yeah.
They can't really buy me happiness. You can buy a house, you cannot buy a home
inside the house.
No, but I mean, you can't buy a home.
Yes.
You you can buy a clock, but you can't buy that time. You understand? So those are the things that we need to understand about money, that we need to be reasonable, we need to be practical. I think money for me changed me to be a better person I am, a better human, so I can treat others in a good way.
Yeah.
Status don't mean nothing to me. I'm just a human like any other. If you can see the car I'm driving, you're going to be shocked and say, a world champion, Olympic champion is driving, a small car like that.
Yeah.
You see, that's why I'm saying things don't make me. I make things. That's what I learned from money.
You touched on something very important, and I think for a lot of people, once you start making money, because people know that Caster is making money, what do you say for those people who constantly want and want and want?
Want and want. Stop wanting. Stop wanting and start investing in yourself. If you have a goal, start talking about your goals. Act. I've realized one thing about we new generation. The reason why we fail is because we talk a lot.
Yeah,
but
like
we
you
don't
said,
act. The tongue makes you talk things that you can convince, but when it comes to work, dololo.
Yeah.
So if you want, then work. Make sure that everything that is in your mind, everything that you vision, if you have a mission, you have a vision, you have goals, you have objectives, then act. And I always tell people that you get what you work for.
Yeah.
You don't get what you want.
And what you dream about only.
You get what you work for. But even if you dream, if you are lazy, you can never get anything. We all need the Benjamins. We need rents. We need all this money. But if we are lazy to work, we're thinking that talking can make us money. Talking does not make you money.
Yeah.
It just keeps you talking. So my advice would be, if you have a dream, make it happen. We dream it and we do it. We hustle. You need to hustle. Don't sit and think things will come to you. You go after it.
Go out there and do it.
Always, Mbalula always said, uzoithola kanjani. So if you are sitting, you can't get anything. We work.
Yeah.
If you want to be rich,
work for it.
Make effort, put effort. For you to be the best, you have to fail.
Yeah.
Time and again and again and again.
Get up and get up.
If you fall 100 times, get up 200 times. That's what makes you valuable.
Yeah.
That makes you the asset you are. But no one can do that except you.
What are some of your fears about money, if you have any for that matter?
Fears about money. I can't fear anything about money because I was born with nothing. Why I say that, whatever I have now is a bonus.
Yeah.
So I can't fear anything because I can still live without money. You understand? I lived without money. So I can't say I fear a lot about money. But what I can say I fear is not being able to provide for my family because that is always my promise.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I fear. But I don't fear about money. No. I don't fear anything about money. Like I said to you, I was born with nothing. Whatever I have now is a bonus.
Yes, and you work hard.
I worked hard
that
for
you
it.
can always work hard.
I know I will always work hard and I will always make sure that I don't fail myself.
Yeah.
It's always about me making sure that I excel. It does not matter how big it is. The smallest I get, for me, I'm happy. Yes.
Caster, you are absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you so much for opening up about yourself.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Truly incredible.
I hope I inspire a lot of, upcoming generations, and then they'll continue on loving themselves and continue on learning how to love themselves. Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest message here. Love yourself, self-discovery, have a vision for yourself, and work.
Work hard.
This was a Sasfin Wealth podcast. Visit sasfin.com/wealth for more information.